What's up, YouTube? It's Dakota back with another video. Today, going through the weekly trading review of May 29th through June the 2nd of 2023. In these videos, I'll just go through my performance for the previous week and see what I can do better, how I can improve, and just continue to get better. Now, starting next week, I will start tracking or actually start a series of going through FTMO. So I just got a new challenge and gonna be starting that challenge and recording it on YouTube uh, to just have a visual representation of how to pass the challenge. Hopefully, I pass it this time. We'll see, but pretty confident in passing it this coming month. June's usually a high performance month for me, so should be do pretty well. Let's get into this. We have This week I took 7 trades, had 1 win, 6 losses, and a negative 3.47 R multiple. Had a negative 1.75% gain. And Monday, I took GBP AUD. Actually, I closed out GBP AUD. This was a trade that I took on the 25th. Uh, and close out, the setup was an annex, so it was an add through a level. And how to execute this trade: stop order set above level, adjust the stop after price is broken through that level, and then cut trade after 50% drawdown. Price actually gapped past my stop loss and then came right back up, but apparently the broker didn't recognize my stop. It didn't get hit at all, so I was still in the trade. So I went ahead and closed it, and lost less than what I would have if my stop had been activated. How could I have done better? I could have taken partials once price broke through the level where I moved my stop. So once I moved my stop, I could have taken partials at that point, but I didn't take partials. I just moved my stop. And I actually had another position on at this point for this trade, but I ended up closing that because I recognized that price could potentially come down. And I just wanted to keep the small position on to see if it could actually turn to a runner. Let's turn that off. This is what the trade looks like. So after price broke through this level, that's where my stop was. My uh, stop order was, and then I had my stop loss beneath this low here, and looking for price to continue pushing up, and actually expecting price to push up aggressively. But you can see price formed consolidation and respected this level 189.65, actually forming a liquidity zone in this area, which, if I had been paying attention to this, I actually had other things on my list. This was another setup where I could have placed a stop limit here, or potentially gotten in if price created a hammer here in this area. If I look at it now, yeah, I wouldn't have won that trade if I gotten in at this low with the hammer. Stop, the stop wouldn't have worked either. Would have been stopped out of both of those positions. So it's good that I didn't get into that trade. Uh, Good for my equity curve, let's say. So Tuesday, no trades. Wednesday, took dollar Swiss. Price formed a liquidity zone above daily level 90.70. Price formed a hammer at the low of the range created by the liquidity zone. How to execute the trade: manual entry after engulfing candle, and I targeted the high of the liquidity zone, and my target ended up being hit. I could have done better by adding an annex position at 90.70, just below 90.70 actually. If we go to this setup, we got this range created here, and price has formed a uh, 3 equal highs in this area, right? And you can almost say five to six equal highs in this area. And I'm looking at the bottom of the zone, which is at the 61.8, right above this previous consolidation here, which is the last high of this high here. And Price formed this hammer, which that's what I was looking to execute off of. But right afterwards, we got an engulfing candle, so I entered off the engulfing candle plus my stop beneath this hammer here and targeted this high here. Uh, I was just thinking maybe I could have set my stop beneath the engulfing candle, which was the entry candle, but I wouldn't do that. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do that. Just in the moment, I wouldn't be thinking of that. It's not. I haven't tested this scenario. But yeah, I put it beneath this hammer here. And real quick, forgot to talk about the ad. Where I would add is just above this consolidation here that formed. So this was actually another valid setup on the 5 minute time frame, which I didn't notice. The R would have been pretty small unless I get to that 5 minute time frame. But if I'm just on the hourly time frame, my stop order is here. My SLs are just beneath this low, which it would have fell through pretty nicely unless within this candle price spiked up and then came back down. May have been stopped out, but from the looks of it, it looks like price would have continued up and I would have gotten a nice little opportunity there. Thursday, Euro USD. Why did I take this trade? Got a 2 week downtrend, three-legged formation, increase in volume at failure trend line, indecision candle at 61.8 fib level. I executed this trade with the manual entry after the doji. My SL got hit after that, and then my manual entry then did a manual entry after a shooting star. And after price went in my favor, price ended up hitting stop loss. I could have done better by actually taking partials at the first trouble area at 1.0697, which was about 2R. So price went 2R in my favor, and I didn't take any partials at that point, and it hit the first resistance level. But even on the candle close, I would have been back at break even. And after that break even point, definitely should have closed the position 100%, which let me write that down. After, geez, failure, cut the position. Let's go ahead and look at that. So talking about this position, got an impulse here, got three legs here, but obviously I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't see that this rejected the low of the a daily level, right? So in this situation, this is essentially a wow. This is a major zone that I'm looking for price to get down to, which it already got down to. So that target's already been hit. So that shouldn't have actually been taken uh, or recognized as an opportunity. And also the type of movement here is not the best type of movement, and I recognize that. But still with three legs, I wanted to take it. Ended up taking it. Got the high volume at the trend line after failure, so that was a really good sign for me to actually enter for sales. But ultimately, price ended up breaking through as more news came out. What really made that trade good for me in my eyes, like I had news behind it, which the initial news that came out was in my favor, which that was, let's open this up. That was non-farm employment change. And then as unemployment claims and manufacturing PMI came out, that's what flipped the script. Next, AUD USD. We got a 4 week downtrend, three-legged formation, and engulfing candle at trend line. And I executed this trade with a manual entry after the engulfing candle, adjusting my stop after price closed below pattern low of 64.90. Then I actually put a limit in uh, for to add to the order, and SL ended up getting stopped out. I ended up getting stopped out. How could I have done better on this trade? Taking partials after price closed beneath pattern low 64.90, close or cancel the pending order after daily showed failure of 64.90. And I'm actually going to bring this up on the daily because clear sign for me to exit, but I didn't. and it's just poor analysis, poor like I didn't have really good due diligence this week, honestly. Uh, so you can see price came below this daily level and then came and failed the level on the daily time frame. So that's a pretty strong signal to say, hey, look for a reversal here. We got two equals lows that have failure at this 64.90 level. That's a reason to exit. It's essentially a double bottom here at the level. So I didn't exit in that situation, but on the hourly, there was also another signal for me to exit. After price closed beneath this level, we got price coming back above this level, and we got two equal lows here at the level again. So that's an opportunity for me to exit that position. Just didn't. And those are things I've noticed. The daily I noticed during the fact, but I wasn't really in game mode. And this second opportunity I didn't notice till review. Now on Friday, why did I take this trade on Euro USD? It was a rush idea. It's not in my trading plan. It's based on non-farm payroll, which I haven't taken a NFP trade in years. Honestly, I haven't taken an NFP trade in years. Uh, how to exit this trade? Entry at daily level 1.0795, 1 minute before news release, and then SL just got smacked. It actually had some slippage, hopped over my SL, and lost more than I was really expecting on the trade. Now, I took this trade mainly because I was focused on taking news-based trades, and I was like, "Oh, there's news today." And actually, on my DRC, I plan not to trade. No trading today. I was really tired this morning. Otherwise, I'd have some of this filled in and checked off. But I knew that it wasn't good for me to trade. I went to go take a nap, and then I was like, "Oh man," I was conflicted in my head saying, should I really trade NFP today or not? It's the news opportunity. I know, I think I was like at break even for the week at that time. And then I was like, it could be a good opportunity. If there's a setup there, I could take it. And then I saw Euro USD and I rationalized taking the opportunity simply because there was a news event instead of actually paying attention to see if my trade idea was there, if one of my trade setups was there, which it wasn't. Price was just sitting on the daily level, and I went ahead and took the opportunity. This is a trade that should not have been taken. So still making mistakes, lots of mistakes here. Got this rising, which I would typically consider uh, an ascending channel. It hasn't fully formed yet for me, but it's like it's this is just consolidation. This isn't really a real pattern for me to trade. And price was above this level, and I was looking for price to continue to bounce up because we got bullish price action during the time, like just pre-news, and price just tanked the minute I entered. Let's see. Now, did I accomplish my goal from last week, which to take news-based trades on dollar pairs, mandatory on your dollar Swiss and euro dollar? I executed this news-based trade. I executed news-based trades, but I did not. But I did it irresponsibly. This was not a successful week in executing this goal. I will try again next week. So ensure my setups are present when looking for news-based trades. Got to be more responsible with taking those and actually be diligent in how I'm working. Which I like. This was just a piss poor week of how diligent and diligence. Two DRCs incompleted, and just a terrible trade on AUD/USD, not managing it properly, which there's clear signs for me to get out of that trade earlier. And then Euro dollar, just unplanned trade and just trying to squeeze out some profit. So pretty irresponsible. Uh, and have to do better next week. Have to, gonna do. gonna do better next week, obviously. GBP AUD, two ideas for next week. Get long on GBP AUD, so this is gonna be top of my list. We're testing that trend line that we've been in an uptrend for. After we've been in an uptrend for about 4 months, right? It's either 4 or 2 months. Or longer. Almost 6 months. Well, 5 months right now. So, been uptrend for 5 months. I'm really just trying to get long that pair. And that's really it. Uh, since I don't have another idea, my next idea is probably going to be dollar Swiss. It's the easiest pair for me to trade. Price is sitting at a resistance level, just below a resistance level right now. Looking to see if it breaks through or respects that level, and I'll either buy or sell in the coming week, depending on what trend forms. Price just broke a downtrend. It's been in that downtrend for the past long time, almost 8 months. So if we just broke that downtrend, looking for a potential continuation of that, and for price to go into uptrend, I'll draw the uptrend line, see if it breaks the uptrend line and continues that downtrend, because that downtrend still hasn't fully been violated yet. It's just the trend line that I have drawn has been violated. So that's my review for the week, and this is what I was looking at and talking about. That's my review for the week. We'll go ahead and do this again next week. And next week, I'll actually throw in FTMO and actually bring up the FTMO website as we continue to track it. I actually did take 2 trades on FTMO already, which ended up as losers. Those were those 2 euro dollar trades that I was looking to short here. Which I know I didn't bring this up. Oh, I did. Here, short at that trend line with high volume divergence and failure at the trend line. So ended up in some profit, but ultimately I didn't close here or take any partials. So took 2 losers at 1%, so down 2% right now on the week on my FTMO account. Easy to get out of that. Got to play aggressive for this to this 10% target. So risk is going to be in the B and A setups. Now, that is my review for the week. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any questions, comments, or anything you want to talk about, go ahead, comment in the comment section, and I will catch you in the next video next week.